welcome to this new regular guitars episode. Today we're going to talk a little bit about that those times when we as guitar players confront the situation of being the only guitar player of the band. Sometimes we find on the need to fill all the space, all the gaps in the audio spectrum. There are many ways to do it. One of my preferred ways to fill space is simply use delay. It doesn't have to be a really long delay. It has to be almost noticeable. Check this delay. A couple repeats, 300 milliseconds, more or less. And with that thing you can fill space easily. Another one of the tricks of the trade to fill space is how you use the volume knob on your guitar. You can roll off the volume a little bit for the rhythm parts. And for the solos, you can roll it up all the way down, all the way up, and another trick is that your bandmates, your drummer, and your bass player also have to fill the space. Your drummer can use the right cymbal to get more to cover more spectrum. Another thing that you have to have in mind is about the EQ of your amp and your guitars. Every instrument has its specific frequency. Drums covers sub-lows and highs with the cymbals. The bass covers the lows. Guitars should always cover the mids. That's why sometimes especially in metal bands use, or metal guitar players sometimes use an scoop mid EQ. What does it mean? You get an EQ, when it's flat, you can see all the bands are in the middle, but metal players usually cut the mids, forming like a V. When you do that, it's most likely that your tone will get buried under the drums and especially under the bass. And your guitar won't be heard by anyone. The best solution is to use an amp with a flat EQ or a mid-boosted EQ. You can also use an overdrive, especially a Tube Screamer or an SD1. Those usually kick up the mids, or in some cases like my Strat that has the mid boost to give it more presence. That's why the presence knob in some amps, Marshalls and Oranges, usually have this knob. The presence knob is a high mid frequency control that kicks you up in the mix. Another old trick from the back is what your bass player is doing. Your bass player may be playing quarter notes. In the solo, your bass player can play a little bit faster, creating the double time sensation, can create a double time feeling by playing and that's a way that it can fill a lot of space when you're in a three-piece band. Another trick that should be useful for your bass player is to use overdrive. When your bass player uses overdrive, it can fill even more space on the mix and make your band sound huge. I hope you find all these tips useful and maybe you can apply them to your band rehearsal next time you get together, and check how different it sounds. My best advice will be to record a rehearsal with the things you used to do, and another time using these tricks that I'm mentioning in this video. If you like the video, remember thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment, and we'll see each other next time. See ya.